And welcome back to our Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, the Tombs of Uncertainty. When we last left, we had gotten a farm set up. We are still mostly living outside. Where are we at? There we are. So we still have our broken down wagon sitting there. But we are going to be able to make some food. Our planter is diligently planting. And we are digging out a work area. As we remember, our dwarves are pretty well unfit for survival, really. Ingiz is our most set up dwarf, has some basic things that we need to get going in the new home. And we're getting some other people trained on some things. So Adil is our miner who's helping out digging out, and they're getting slowly better. We've got our farmer set up as asked, and so far, so good. Today what we're going to do is go ahead and finish getting this work area cleaned out, and we've already got, I think, some space to go ahead and start setting some stuff up. So there's some basic things we need when we're getting going. So let's see, we want a carpenter's workshop, so we're going to grab one of those. And for right now, we're just going to get these in here. We'll make proper work areas later on. We just need to get these in here. But right now, we're going to build a mason's shop. Let's see. We will need a butcher, but we're going to actually build that in a different place. Can I fit a craft dwarf shop in there? Yes, I can for right now. So we're going to go ahead and get those started to build. Hopefully one of our other dwarves will come by and let's see. We'll get these three things. There we go. So they're starting to put some of these things together for us. That's good. We're also going to need to get ready for some living areas. We're going to go ahead and set up a kind of basic area down here. And we'll just make a long tunnel, and they're going to continue to dig this out for us. It's going to take a while because they're not very good. But let's go ahead and do, oops. Let's see, door, that, there. 1, 2, 3. I could macro this up, but oops. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna need 7. So this will go ahead and get our setup for our first 7 dwarves here, which will be all we need. We might get some migrants here soon, but we'll kind of deal with that as we get along. The next thing we're going to need is a proper meeting hall, so we're going to go ahead and oops, dig down here. Make a new hallway. And I like to put double doors in. It should increase traffic flow. We'll find out. Okay, so that should be a plenty big enough meeting hall once they get around to building it. So again, we've got really slow dwarf miners. And while we are at it, let's see if we can get, let's see, we're going to need beds, so that's Craft Dwarf Workshop. I want the, okay, so we're still waiting on a carpenter. Do we have a carpenter set up? Let's take a look. Carpentry is right here, and it is Ingiz who's currently building, so let's take him off that. Let's see, Asta's doing farming. You're doing wood cutting, wood crafting. We're not cutting wood all the time, so let's go ahead and make you a carpenter. So Onal will be our new carpenter. So we should see him hopefully scurry down here soon. He should be done yet. We still got some piles of wood laying around, which is fine. That's probably him right there. Yep, there he goes, our peasant running down there. There we go. So let him build a carpenter's workshop real quick. And since we're starting off early, we have to do everything manually, so we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and queue up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did we get 8? Oh, let's go do one more bed. And then we're going to do 1 table and 1 chair. The table and chair will let us, once we get the meeting hall all set up, we can get that set up, move the meeting area inside, get them from being outside all of the time, and that hopefully, as long as we don't get any invaders soon, we'll at least get everybody inside. Then we can put up a drawbridge. While we're thinking about it, we can go ahead and sketch that out. We're gonna build a bridge, and we're gonna stick it in here for right now. What we might be able to do later on is open up, we can build fortifications along these walls and make it so we can shoot in. This also gives us a nice way to funnel in traps and things like that, so as invaders come in, we can lure them in and get them to spring off the tracks. We're not going to do a retractable bridge, we're going to do a raised bridge. We're going to raise it up toward our entrance, and we'll go ahead and we'll make that out of some of that. Okay, so with that, I don't think we have an architect. No, we don't have anybody doing architecture. Oh, we do have a mechanic though, which is, of course, Ingas. We're going to go ahead and mark that down to Votok. Along with that, we are going to need a, just to clear those out so it'd be easier to do. We're going to need a mechanic workshop. So let's go ahead and build workshop, mechanic. That is going to be T. So we're just going to throw this in here. Throw it up along this wall right here. So now with the mechanics workshop, we'll need to make mechanisms to power our levers and eventually wire that up to the bridge. So let's see, someone should, who did I set that to? That's going to be Votok, so he should show up here soon. That's alright, let's see, where is he? While we're at it, what else do we have around here? Groundhogs and weasels, so I think we should be okay. There's nothing too terrible out there right now. And let's see, we're going to go find Votok. Where is he at? He's constructing building. Oh, he's actually already down there starting to put together the bridge. That's great. He will probably get the bridge done. Needs architecture, which he has. Great. So he's going to get that put together. He must be leaving. Probably going on break. That's fine. Once he's got that done, we can build out the mechanic workshop. The next thing, once we get a little bit more cleared out here, might as well, this is all temporary anyway, so we're going to do this. We're going to build a kitchen. Make that out of chalk, and we're going to need a still, which is going to be L. I don't mind having them up here on the temporary workshop. In building a more proper area, we probably want to actually have it close to our meeting hall. And, you know, for right now, since this is temporary, I'm going to cut that down to size. Once we get the meeting hall and everything cleared out, then we probably want to set up a stockpile. Okay, good. Mechanics workshop is now built, so we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just make some. We don't need 6, but we will need to set up a lever. There'll be a mechanism for that, and there will be a mechanism used to hook it up to the bridge. So we need at least 2. No real problem making a bunch of them now. Let's see, so we're still needs masonry. So let's see, do we have a stonemason? We have Ingas, and we also have Meng. What is Meng doing right now? He's eating, so once he gets done eating, he should get around to finishing that up. So then we'll have a nice way to lock ourselves in. And let's see. We're still taking that all out. Hopefully they'll get this done soon. And one thing we will also need is to build a trade depot. One thing we neglected to bring along is a anvil. So the problem with not having an anvil with us is they're impossible to build stock, because we can't do metal forging without having an anvil, and an anvil requires metal and a furnace to make the bars and stuff to build an anvil. So we have to hope that the first trade comes by, or that we can get our Mountain Home liaison to have them bring one to us. It does cost more if we have them bring it, but it may be a price we have to pay. I'm hoping that we can get a human caravan to show up, and we can just forcibly take it, because they're not dwarves, so we don't have to worry about respecting any sort of actual economy with them. And if they're elves, well, they probably won't have anything, but we'll probably just steal them anyway. Let's see, we have a kitchen set up. We have a cook and a brewer, and they are pretty much dedicated to that. So we are going to go to the kitchen. Plump helmets, we can cook and brew with them because that's all we have right now, so that's going to be okay. We're going to... why can we not do that? We need unrotten drink producing plants, which should be our plump helmets, and an empty storage item. Okay, so what are we doing here? Rock, pot. We're just gonna make a bunch of pots here. Pretty sure we can use those for that. And we have a sleeping dwarf in the carpenter's workshop, which is slightly ironic since he's making beds. And we're gonna get finally get this one little thing cleared up, but we've got a whole lot left here. So I think with that we are going to take a very quick break here. Let our dwarves build up a little bit here. We'll see if we can get this cleared out, and hopefully on the next episode we'll be a little bit further along. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more videos of this, feel free to leave a comment, and always subscribe so you can get notified of new videos that come up. But with that, have a nice day.